And I liked that topic when I read it, just on my way here, that is democracy working for Africa? And my answer has always been double-fold. That on one end, I believe that democracy is working for Africa. Why? Because democracy, first of all, what is it? It is by the people, for the people. So democracy gives us the leaders that we so highly desire. That is the first thing that happens. Unfortunately for us, sometimes after we get the leaders that we so highly desire, we again think we behave like we're not the ones who put them in office. So democracy is working for us first by giving us the leaders that we so highly desire. The second thing is that democracy is working for us by enabling us to create institutions that we want by ourselves. And that's why when you look at our constitution of Kenya and the constitution of Tanzania, they are not the same. Kenya has some institutions that maybe Tanzania does not have. Tanzania has some that maybe Kenya does not have. But then what kind of institutions do we create for ourselves again as a democratic people? Sometimes we have also ended up creating institutions that gag our own development. So then, because most of the time our democratic conversations have been pegged more on activism more than governance. So I've always argued that democracy ensures that we have a lot of conversation, but not a lot of progress. So it ensures that we have so much time to talk. So most of our energy is spent saying that our TikTok must not be restricted. We must be allowed to speak without asking ourselves, what exactly do we want to speak about? But we just want to speak. That we can be able to go live on TikTok at 1 a.m. and do whatever the thing we want to do there. And we call that the right to expression. So democracy, in some way, allows us to be able to have some of these things. So it then varies depending on how do you model your democracy. Because some people model their democracy in such a manner that it works for them. Some of the inventors of the applications that we use in the name of speech, in their own countries, they are democratic, but they have limited their use. But for us, we try and ensure that our democracy expands so that we don't limit anything. So at the end of the day, we get ourselves into this place whereby we want to have our cake and eat it at the same time. We want to be allowed to do whatever we want to do. We want to be allowed to choose the leader that we can choose from wherever. But after we choose the leader, after we choose our leader on the basis of the number of funerals they have attended, we then want them to be able to legislate properly in parliament. Now that becomes an oxymoron. After we have chosen our leader, because this leader, he was the best entertainer. He entertained us very much. He was the one who could go live and make us laugh. After we have chosen them on the basis of laughter, we want to then judge them on the basis of policy. So it becomes an oxymoron, because now at the end of the day, we must be able to, it is garbage in, garbage out. So these are some of the things that democracy sometimes highlights. And sometimes also, the person who does not wish us well also uses the same democracy to derail us. So that even when something is happening in any particular field, because we have so many people who are not interested in the development of Africa, they sponsor us to continue having more conversations than progress. So they tell us, guys, there's a road being built. No. Ask whether there was public participation. Yeah? Ask whether so that at the end of the day, we are put in a loop where we continue having conversations. I have been part of the leadership of a political party in Kenya before, and one of the things that always puzzled me was one, that there was enough money to fund me to take people anywhere in the country to go and talk. Talk about leadership. Talk about where we want to go. Talk about how the world should be. Talk about how youth should get into leadership. But when I asked, okay, fine, now we are getting into an election, can I get also money to enable these youth to also now vie for office? Now that money is not there. At that level, we are told, no, we don't interfere with the sovereignty of other countries. We are non-aligned. Yes. So we must be very careful when we are talking matters democracy, because whereas on one end, it works for us, on the other end, it is the same one that gags us, and it even protects good leaders from executing good leadership. Why? Because every time they want to do something, our democracy dictates to us that we should be questioning them, we should be hating them, and for some reason, I don't know why, in democratic countries, the most popular people are the ones who hate government.
True or false?